What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Good to see all your beautiful faces. So it's just been over a week since this whole no dating Asian policy went viral. If you haven't seen it yet, links are down below. The original video on YouTube now has about 160,000 views, with my response video at 15,000 views, and it's still climbing. Most of these comments seem like they are from the Asian community, as this particular situation is an Asian societal issue. But it's good to see that other people have also weighed in and given their opinions. Now, most of the criticism I received from my response is, being too nice about the whole thing and in a way defending the girls. Okay, fair enough, I could have been a bit more angry about it, but let me make this clear that these girls do not have my sympathy. And situations like this definitely needs to be called out for what it is. If anything, I could have played the poor Asian guy that was racially discriminated on national TV by Asian girls. But if it's one thing I hate, it's playing the victim. I never play the victim. Cop the criticism, learn from it, better yourself from it, and help others better themselves in the process. Everyone deals with criticism in their lives, and nothing builds character better than a little bit of criticism. I've spent a lot of time this week thinking about the whole situation. I've read the comments and I've read up a lot about it on the internet. And I've watched the segment over and over again, and just the more I watch it and the more I really think about it, the more I realize how harmful and how ignorant these comments were. That's what I get for being the token Asian dude on the show. But had it been another Asian dude standing there in front of 30 girls and copying these racial comments from these Asian girls, I would have equally been just as offended and just as angry as you guys were. No doubt about it. But that really got me thinking. Did I personally not find it offensive because of my westernized upbringing? Have I been sanitized to all these racial comments and been conditioned to just take it with humor due to whitewash? Or is it the fact that I'm just an easygoing guy, I don't take anything too seriously, and I'm just out there to have fun? Or maybe a combination of both. But I think personally, it's just my personality. It's just who I am. I am not whitewashed or sanitized to these things because I realize it's there. I am aware and I am conscious of the fact of how it affects me, how it affects other people and society. I am a woke ass Asian, bitch. Before I posted that last video, I had no idea what this whole woke thing was about. No idea the word even existed. So thank you guys for cluing up on me on that. I am definitely woke now. Now I remember dancing up on that stage and catching a glimpse of all 30 girls for the first time. And one of my first thoughts was, oh god, Asian girls, here we go. And little did I know my thoughts were going to be justified in just a couple of minutes. And I think that knee-jerk reaction says a lot about how subtle and how widespread this issue is. To all my Asian brothers out there, you guys know exactly what I mean. Back in my heyday when I used to hit up the clubs, you could smell those type of Asian girls a mile away, even with a blocked nose. Now I think everyone agrees that this was a classic case of internalized racism. It's not even about preference versus racism anymore, and if you're still on the preference bandwagon, then you might as well just stop now and get off the channel and go and have a think. No one is arguing that people shouldn't have a preference, or that Asian girls should date Asian guys, or Asian girls should find Asian guys attractive. Not one single person has said that. It's when your preference becomes racial and offensive, and when it starts to undermine or degrade an entire race, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, intentionally or unintentionally. Everyone agrees preference is okay. I don't expect to stand there in front of 30 girls expecting them to be attracted to me, nor am I thinking I'll be attracted to all 30 girls. And I'm not naive. I know everyone has some sort of racial preference to some varying degrees. I get it, it's reality. But the problem is when you do it publicly, and when you do it to undermine a race just to try to better yourself and make yourself look better, particularly if it's about your own race. Just imagine the young Asian guys and girls that were watching that show that night, and the subconscious message that's sent to young Asian girls out there about Asian guys, and how subconsciously or consciously that made Asian guys feel. Now, one other comment which I did have a problem with, which I didn't talk about in my last video, was, he kinda looks like my brother. Now, how fucking ridiculous does that even sound? There are more than 1 billion Asians in this world, and you're really gonna go out and say the one Asian guy on that show looks like your fucking brother. Of course there are similarities between ethnicities and cultural groups. There's 1 billion Asians and 1 billion Indians and several hundred thousands of everyone else. Of course there's going to be similarities. You do not hear these comments come from any other race openly and publicly. We might have that one friend or that one friend of a friend that said that before, or we've all come across other races doing it, but those are exceptions to the rule, and in this case, the situation. And exceptions to the rule should not be used to blur the lines between what's actually going on. Now, saying these type of comments, you look like my brother, you look like my sister, is absolutely reprehensible in the Asian community. This is because Asians in particular have been subject to racial discriminations about looking the same. Now, we all know the saying, Asians all look the same, and that's a racial slur that's been passed down through history through Western civilization. Now, of course, with millions of people, you could say that about any race. Some Europeans will look like brothers and sisters. Some white people will look like brothers and sisters. Some black people will look like brothers and sisters. But it is not a thing. It may not be as offensive to them because they have not had that history tied to their race. Other races will have racial slurs that will be more offensive to them than Asians. Now, of course, you could do what you want, say what you want, be racist, be offensive. That's your prerogative, but just be ready with a bottle of lube is all I'm saying. Now, I found a really good article online about internalized racism, and the funny thing is, it just puts into words things that we already knew, and it reads this. Internalized racism is a result of the implantation of racist stereotypes, values, images, ideologies, and ideologies by white society about one's racial group. The result of this implantation leads to the feelings of self-doubt, disgust, and disrespect for one's race and oneself. Most of this implantation, or brainwashing, starts from the media, but is repeated by society at large. So I invite you guys to check out that article, link is below. It's a really good read, and if you're interested, feel free to look more into the topic. Now, I believe what happened on that show was just the tip of the iceberg, and there is so much more going on than just what was said that night. Now, we should all work together individually and collectively to address these issues. You know, changes won't happen overnight. It's been around for a very long time, and it will continue to be around for a very long time. And you know, from the comments that I've seen and the sentiments out there, people are aware of the issues, and we certainly are moving into the right direction. Stay woke, guys. Oh man. That was way too serious for me, honestly. Need to just chill the fuck out for a little bit. But here's the fun part. We all know the best part to a post or a video or whatever are the comments. And honestly, you guys did not disappoint. You guys are fucking hilarious. You know, every night I'm just like laying in my bed, like looking through all the comments, you know, on different posts, like Michael Jackson eating popcorn. And honestly, you guys came up with some crackers. Like, I just wish that I came up with those, like, that night. But, you know, I've got them stored here for next time. But, like, coconuts, Twinkies, bananas, banana Twinkies. Like, what is even a Twinkie? Like, what is a Twinkie? Let's look up what a Twinkie is.
This is Twinkie the Kid. Ever wonder how they get that creamy filling into the middle of a Twinkie's cake? Well, these kids have some pretty good ideas.
First, they put down the creamy filling, then they bake the cake all around. See, they got this big tube full of the stuff, and they just squish it in.
Is this like an American thing? Because I've honestly have not seen a Twinkie in my life, so... But fuck, you guys are just ruthless, and I would hate to be on the other end of the fence with you guys. You guys are just relentless. And okay, I get it, okay? I fucked up with Letitia. Stop reminding me, okay? I fucked up, I get it. You know, I'm sorry, I just feel like I need to apologize to the whole Filipino population out there, to the whole Filipino community, that I just screwed it up and we would have been the perfect couple and all of this and everything would have been happy la-di-da-di-da. But Jesus Christ, like, that night felt like a 5-year relationship ended even before it started. That's typical Filipino relationships for you guys. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I do plan to do more videos, you know, in this podcast kind of microphone thing kind of way. I kind of enjoyed it actually, so keen to hear your thoughts and your feedback on this setup. Open to talk about more topics if you guys have any questions, and I will be diving deeper into this situation. You know, I want to get out there, I want to see what people think, interview a couple of people, and you know, just to get a better idea of, you know, where Sydney is at with this situation and this topic, and more particularly with Asian Australians. Thanks again guys for watching. Leave this video a like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.